TikTok, this is only for entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. Do your own research and use your own discernment. Anything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Keep effing waiting. Please hold your breath. I already stitched your video and everyone is laughing at you. Oh no. I mean, if you did stitch my video, you didn't at me, so there's that. And your account is private, so there's that again. Okay, so we both couldn't agree to one thing, that there was people in the Americas 20 to 30,000 years ago, right? Okay, so let's bring some basic scientific facts into the conversation now that we got that out the way. And I don't know how many times I gotta repeat this, but pale skin is a genetic mutation that emerged in Eurasia about 6,000 years ago, if that. So there was people in the Americas 20 to 30,000 years ago before those pale skin mutations would have emerged in a whole nother continent. Then that leaves only but three options. One, you would have to admit that your ancestors in the Americas were melanated. Two, it wasn't you guys to begin with. Or three, which is my favorite one, you would have to explain what scientific process caused a mass depigmentation of an entire population from going from dark brown skin to pale within such a short period amount of time. And before you even think about it, when those colonizers got over here in 1492, they depicted the people here having dark brown skin, copper-colored, melanated features, even calling some of them Negroes, all throughout the 1500s, all the way up into the 1800 records, and then in the late 1800s to the 1900s, that's when they started pushing you guys as the face. And that's what, about a 50-year window between the late 1800s and the 1900s? So what genetic mutation or environmental mechanism that occurred in 50 years that turned an entire population of melanated people to pale that fast? And show me the scientific model that explains this. So it's either option number one, option number two, or option number three.
Each sign of the zodiac represents a principle of righteousness. And you have all the signs in you. Those are energies within you, okay? Well, what you're talking about when you say I'm a Virgo, I'm a Capricorn, you're talking about your sun sign. That's your focus in life. What did I come into this life to focus on? We all, when we were on at a higher consciousness, we chose this life. We decided, I can accomplish this mission. When the energies were ripe for you to walk the path of the mission you chose, that's when you came into this life to demonstrate that path, you see. Each sign of the zodiac plays a part. It's an energy makeup of you, okay? The sun represents your focus. Your moon, how am I emotionally? How do I feel about things? You have a rising sign. What are my actions? What do I do? You know, you have a Mercury sign. How do I think? Venus, how do I love? You have your Mars. How do I fight? What is my aggression? We go to Taurus. We're talking values. Taurus represents what you value in life. You see, our values. Gemini is going to represent understanding. Cancer represents your families, your heritage, your nurturing energy. Leo represents your creativity, your children, your pleasure. This is the ruling energy. Leo represents children, it represents creativity, it represents the rulers, you see. Virgo energy is the healer, you know, the purger, the purifier. Let's cleanse. Libra is the partnership in marriage, you know, or justice, balance, equality. Scorpio represents bonding. Sagittarius, spiritual wisdom. Capricorn, sacrifice, humbleness. You know, Aquarius is the humanitarian, and Pisces is the compassionate one. If you leave one of these principles out, you're an aberrant entity. You're not whole, you're not full, and you're not sacred. And the only way to access the spiritual is to be full and whole and sacred. And that's why the earth is going through this tear down, this degradation, because now it's going against the grain of the dominant force of the universe. The universe is about sacredness. It's about righteousness. It's about being whole and full and using all of these. You know, the powers that be, they are not practicing the Libra, you know, justice. They're not practicing values. They're not practicing humbleness. And if you're leaving out one, just one, you're not whole. You're not full. You don't make the cut. You don't ascend to the higher level.
Always remember, they'll block you off of everything faster than they will block anyone else. that was hindering y'all relationship?
Jimmy's out. These leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear. And usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
And usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
I don't want to be nobody's worker all my life. I want my own motherfucking kilo. Ain't no one man gonna stay in one spot forever. That's a sucker. I'm a hustler. I'm gonna come up. So I took what little bit he gave me and doubled up and doubled up and doubled up, and I've been doubling since. And I'm gonna keep on doubling till these niggas kill me, and that's that.
I just came to ask a few questions. When did Mrs. Doubtfire come out? Because I swear that was around like 93. That was one of my favorite movies. I don't know if y'all remember Robin Williams back then in that movie. He put on a mask so that he could look like Mrs. Doubtfire. He also put on a bodysuit. Let's keep going because I have plenty of questions. Now, most of us understand that 2020 was experimental, right? At this point. And I'm not just talking about medically. I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, physically. It was most definitely a test run. So now, fast forward, files drop, right? Got mass conversations, body double conversations, cloning conversations. And shout out to my boy B.Y. Israel because he does not believe that cloning is real. But one thing he always said that caught my attention was these people are wearing bodysuits and silicone masks. I do know that cloning is real to a certain extent. I knew that from a long time ago because I knew there were never enough chickens to sustain how much people eat chicken. With all of this being said, in my mind, when these files dropped, I said, oh, they checking the temperature again. As I told y'all, when information like this drops, it's not random and it's actually considered a control leak. We could also look at this as calibration. So they dropped the files. They trying to check the temperature of the collective to see, are they truly upset or are they entertained? I know a lot of people don't say this out loud, but I will. If you claim to be disgusted by the information that has been presented, but yet you keep feeding the same exact system, are you truly outraged or are you performing? Don't be mad at me. I'm just asking questions. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just asking. Another question. If you truly believe that the system is corrupt, why are you still emotionally invested in the teams? For real, why are you still arguing colors like it's a football game? Oh, you voted red. You voted blue. Are we serious? Are y'all seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, that I've been seeing? It ain't just Biden either. Look at the one that's currently in there. Again, right wing, left wing, same damn bird. Might be different feathers, but same bird. Do y'all notice every time something heavy gets revealed, they release something else? Distraction, a headline, a celebrity scandal. Again, I could be wrong, but to me, I feel like a lot of these celebrity scandals that come about, they all part of the game. Or celebrity meltdown. This is why you cannot get me to give my energy to that shit anymore. Like, I used to talk about celebrities all the time. Used to try to figure out who was cloned, who wasn't, who was lying, who wasn't. Like, it's just too much. As somebody with the gift of sight, one thing that I do not argue about is when I look at somebody and I don't see their essence anymore, I'm not about to argue with you that that's the same person. That's not the same person. Nothing you can tell me. You crazy. I might be. It's still not the same person. Got too much time on your hands. I might, but it's still not the same person. I want to hear the hardcore facts though. Most people don't want the truth. They want stimulation. Like I said in my video the other day, most people also don't want freedom. They want direction. Structure makes people feel safe, and being told what to do make people feel secure. I get it, because if you've never cultivated authority within yourself, you're going to always look for it outside of you. That's actually the real conversation. It's not about parties. It's not about different personality. It's actually about dependency. Most people do not want the illusion to fall, because if the illusion falls, now you got to govern yourselves accordingly. Again, for a lot of people, that shit is scary. You mean I got to think for myself? Research for myself? Discern for myself? Because do y'all know how many people will come on this internet, tell somebody blatantly that they're wrong, never ever research shit in their lives? Instead, their rebuttal is, Google is free. That's what you take as your source of truth? Google? Please, let me bring it back in. Again, I get it. It's scary for some. Now this is why you have so many people arguing, debating, picking sides. I don't really see nobody stopping to question what side of the board the game is being played on. As I keep mentioning, every single time the collective energy rises, they're going to throw out more and more distractions. It's going to get louder and louder. This is also why I say they never care about the people, okay? It's not because they really just want you to know right now. Concealment is getting harder because light is being exposed. Just understand that. They also know about karmic retribution. They gotta tell you what they're doing so they can get you to agree to it. When exposure happens, it's usually supposed to force a choice. Do I stay plugged in or do I unplug emotionally? That's the real question you should be asking yourself. You can't say that you see the manipulation and then keep moving as if you don't. At some point, alignment has to match awareness. Like, I have not voted ever in my life. You know how many people used to look at me sideways, including family, when I told them I don't vote? First of all, why are you concerned about what the fuck I'm doing anyway? Second of all, the same way you look at me is the same exact way I look at you, because I know what I know. Been knowing it for years. When you look at shit like this, where they said Joe Biden has literally been being played by a fucking body double, who exactly are y'all voting for? Again, alignment has to match awareness, and if it doesn't, it was never awareness, it was just content. I'm not saying this shit to judge. I'm saying it because we are in the season of mirrors. Everything, and I do mean everything, that's being exposed right now is just mirroring stuff that's going on internally. So many years I watched people argue back and forth about if Megan Thee Stallion was shot, if Tory Lanez did it, if Kelsey did it, so on and so forth. Listen to me. Again, I used to give all of this shit my energy. Like, I was truly invested. But at some point, I was like, hold on, they playing all of us. Quickly realized the question we should be asking is not who's right. It's, why do we still need them to be right? Why are we still entertaining this shit? Are you saying you wanted to crash and burn, but you still participating? Like, make it make sense. Y'all get in them comments and let me know your thoughts. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Hey! Ain't this the motherfucker right here, y'all? Ain't this the one that regularly goes up against motherfuckers praying to the devil for these results and consistently spanks them in their own domain? Understand, the fact that you're seeing this video means that you are a spiritual warrior. You are the energetic front line for the Most High, and that is why this revolution will be fought through your energies, because you are embodying the frequencies of the 144,000. And I need you to save this, because the Most High wanted you to see this for a reason, because you a motherfucking spiritual warrior. And motherfuckers don't know who you really is, and that's why your energy is always misconstrued, because they don't know what real warriors do. They not moving like Elijah, stepping for 40 days and 40 nights. Because these motherfuckers wouldn't know a real warrior if a warrior walked up on him and said, what's up? Your mind has always been fortified from indoctrination. And that's why wherever you go, you've always been labeled a radical. Because your consciousness is not hijacked. You are able to perceive the frequencies of the spiritual warrior energy within your being. And that's why you've always been labeled as a rebel. And only the spiritual warriors are going to share this to their story. Because understand, right now is about pledging your allegiance to what side you own. Because the truth will be revealed. And understand, if you're not allowing yourself to yell, I step with the Most High, then you're allowing room for energies to seep in to not be of the Most High. But I know the real warriors go share this video because they some warriors.
You know, as I sit back and I watch the entire world come to the realization that these so-called elites are in fact not elites and they're not even fucking human, I can't help but to recall in 2022 when I gave you the exact passage in the Emerald Tablets that explained who these beings were and the glamour magic that they placed on us. And y'all told me I was fucking evil. Told me I didn't know what I was talking about, and any other book that I was reading besides the Bible was blasphemy. Yet here we are, 4 years later. Okay.
The first spell that they had to place on us was to make us not see who they were. And it is called a glamour spell. They talk about it in the Emerald Tablets. It is in the Emerald Tablet, Tablet 8 or Book 8, under the Key of Mysteries. And I'm going to read this to you, and it's going to hit you when I read it. In the form of man moved they amongst us, but only to sight were they as are men. Serpent-headed when the glamour was lifted, but appearing to man as men among men, crept into the councils, taking forms that were like unto men, slaying their arts, the chiefs of their kingdoms, taking their form and ruling over man. Only by magic could they be discovered, only by sound could their faces be seen. Sought they from the kingdom of shadows to destroy man and rule in his place. But know ye, the masters were mighty in magic, able to lift the veil from the face of the serpent, able to send him back to his place. There's a reason why they had to make us forget, because we were the masters and we could see through their veil. So in order to make us forget, they had to do two spells. They had to do a glamour spell to cover up who they were, and those are the people of counsel. This is literally good and evil. This is literally good and evil. The people who have counsel are those that are the serpents that are hidden. They wear veils in order to disguise themselves from us. We are under a glamour spell, so we don't see them for the serpents that they are. And we're also under that last video, a persuasion spell to make us forget. The persuasion spell is to persuade us that we are something other than what we truly are. It's the reason why they wanted to end segregation, because if we stayed in segregation too long, we would identify who we were sooner than later. You get what I'm saying? By integrating us into their system, into their world, they have created this mind fuck that makes us believe that we are not who we are, which is masters. I hope y'all following me.
I think y'all don't understand that this is not no black and white thing. This is good versus evil. I am a literal earth angel. I'm not even joking. My sun sign is an earth sign. My rising sign is an air sign. I am a literal earth angel. My main purpose here is to be a messenger. Yes, I have other gifts. I'm a healer. I'm a seer. I can do all that. My main purpose here is to be a messenger. That's why I come and I give y'all these messages. That's why y'all, when y'all hear these messages, it hits y'all so hard when they come from me, because that's my actual purpose. I'm not just talking shit. I'm not just bringing fucking shit out of my ass. I am literally bringing these messages from the ethers.
Man, before Dolph died, he was on the phone. Me and his last conversation was on the phone. Remember, Neo used to always be on the phone. The phone is a portal. Now, they say he is who? A fallen angel. When we was talking, look what I had on my, the money. Look who face on there. This the $20 bill. This him. So look at this. 22, 22, 11. That's when I found this post, right, from somebody else. You see, this 22 parallel was the people who actually fought and won against the fallen angels, and Dolph was a part of that.
This shit crazy. You gotta let me know what you're doing. You know, this is how you manage this business, but this ain't the street, this ain't none of that. Man.
So look, this was my last conversation with Dolph. He was on the I was on the phone. Last time I ever talked to him. Now look, he on the phone, right? When he gets shot, I'ma freeze it. Bam. He got shot at 12:22. He was 36 when he died. The 12:22, 36. All right. The 12 mean divine authority. The 22 is the 22 parallel, and then he died at 36. So look, 36. He turned down a $22 million record deal, shot 22 times. And look at this. Easter is on March 31st and April 16th, 22 times. A lot of powerful people die that change a lot on March 31st. I'm starting to notice that. So you got to think about that. So look, the angel 22 parallel, powerful master builder number signifying that a twin flame union or reunion is near, encouraging balance, harmony, and trust into a divine path. Your twin flame is close to your connection and deepening, and you share transformation. Spiritual journey is leading to enlightenment, meeting or reuniting with the twin flame. So look at that. Your twin flame turn your real desires into reality. It means you speak and you turn it into reality. Divine guidance, even during periods of separation. See this? So, look, after he died, I am Alexander depicted as the devil in the Bible. Look at that, 22. The devil tried to pair himself with angels, meaning what? The watchers watched and they waited for someone to mistakenly call and pair himself with them. Egypt, Ra, Ray,
to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone. And then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
The mass awakening on the planet is so beautiful to me because it's not even just us that's waking up, it's the planet herself that's waking up. All is being revealed right now. Like in 2020, that's when the Kundalini energy began to rise on the planet. Like Planet Kai, her energy began to rise through her root chakra in December of 2020. Hence why we had the freaking coronavirus, why they had us trapped in our rooms and trapped at home and nowhere to go on lockdown because we was waking up. By 2024, I believe it's 2024, that's when she hit her throat chakra. That's when you see all the truth coming out, people coming out, spreading out about all these lies that the government been telling, how we've been living improper. But we're in 2026 right now, and by March, we should be on the third eye chakra. This is the all-seeing eye. Everyone will start to see things they've never seen before. And quite honestly, I've already been seeing things that I've never seen before in my life, even people that are my friends as well. So it could be different to each his own. But as far as the planet, yes, by March 2026, she will be on her third eye chakra. The reason we're going to be able to see these things because we were now on that frequency. Like, we were not on that frequency before. The third eye is going to open the entire planet. Like, it's the veil. It's going to open. Now, by the time we get to 2028, 2029, that's when, like, there's going to be a shift. Like, a real big shift. Like, everyone is going to begin to remove themselves from the matrix, and then by 2030, that's when the matrix is going to be completely removed. Hence why you look on the calendar in 2030, there is no holidays in chat. It's crazy because I was just watching a lecture about how there's no holidays on the calendar in 2030, and I was like, you know, that makes sense. That means by then the Planet Kai should have reached all her chakras, unlocked all her chakras, and by then that's when all this shit going in, bro.
This rabbit hole crazy. Dog died in Makita's cooking. Queen Sheba's name was Makita. Everybody know her, but did you know she ruled Egypt when it was called the Kingdom of Kush? Look, Queen Sheba as Makita, while some traditions connect her to the Kushite Kush region, it was called the Kingdom of Kush when they conquered Ethiopia and Nubia. Why they start calling us them black Nubian queens? It was really Mexico because Kush comes from where? So all that lower region was really Mexico when it's flipped over here, y'all. Kingdom of Kush. And Ramses, the pharaoh of ancient Egypt, 19th dynasty, Kush was an important state post. They conquered it all, y'all. Why you think Ethiopian women and Nubian women look like our women? Them the ones they took over there to translate our language because they didn't understand it. They kept the builders here. Look how God talked through music. The Kush, the code word, and strippers, right? So that word spelled backwards, I can't say it, is make the sound Enoch phonetically, right? So strippers spelled back makes the sound serpents. You see how they talk? Everything is in reverse. The matrix is in reverse. So Kush Enoch, serpents, great flood, Memphis. Look how God talked to me. The pyramid. Come on, man. So look, the Enoch plantation was in Memphis, y'all. The Enoch plantation was in Memphis. Why would they name a plantation Enoch? Okay? They talk, God been talking to us and letting us know, y'all, this is really Egypt. It was the kingdom of Cush.
Why is this album named King of Memphis? Because really it's simple. You know what I mean? Like, I've been taking care of my whole family since I was underage. Dolph a millionaire. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, Dolph got everything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff going on. It's just I'm the one that's changing the game and changing it up. It ain't no this person the king of Memphis, none of that. You know what I mean? Like, all my boys, we kings of Memphis. It's not called the king of Memphis. It's called king of Memphis.
All right, so look. Did y'all know niggas was the word for king in Ethiopia, and this the Ethiopian cross? Now, why would they start calling us that? I got Ethiopian friends, they didn't even know that meant that, but they been calling us that because they the ones they really took over there. It's in reverse, y'all, and that's why they look like us. Okay, nigga. So look, this the King of Memphis mixtape that I did that everybody kept asking me why I got the symbolism on it. I had the Ethiopian cross on there and didn't even know it. And did you know Ethiopia is really Greek? Memphis is Greek. Now, what a connection is that? Look, the origin of the Ethiopian derives from Latin Greek, which means land of the blacks, land of the burnt face. They call us black and burnt face over here. Okay? Kemet meant black land and land of the blacks. And everything was over here. So I'm telling you, Ethiopia and Nubia was really Mexico when you flip the maps upside down, and I got that too. Now, this is the Nike special edition Ethiopian shirt. Why would they put a pyramid and the Ethiopian cross in there? Because they know, y'all. They know what it is. Come on. Kingdom of Cush was Egypt. Memphis.
Who is they? Who is they? Who the fuck is they? Think about this. If your president is in them files.
Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. And I don't understand why it keeps going. I think, well, really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that going.
And your president is also working with the same people that's releasing the files, because they is the government, which is they is the same ones releasing the files. Who is they? Because it's not Trump. It's not them. Who is they? If y'all don't realize, we are fighting a battle. I'm a sugarcoat it, but we fighting a spiritual battle with people who look like us. Man, the Murs against the Moors. These people are a distraction. They want us to get caught up in a race war. I'm telling you, they want us to get caught up in a race war, and these people are the actors in it. They ain't. We were the Confederate. So if we were the Confederate, all the things that they taught you about the Confederate never happened. Never happened. If the word nigga originally meant American Indian, all these things they taught you about them never happened. So who are the ones who taught you about them? Are the same people I was telling y'all about the MLK and them, all them other people who was pushing that Furkan narrative. That narrative out of come on. Who is they? From 2019 to 2024, 32,000 children were missing in the DHS system. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? But y'all calling DHS on people? Y'all still allowing these people to do whatever to the kids? Let's not even talk about these public schools. Life Touch. Y'all think they didn't know? Okay, so I had to pause the video so y'all can follow me with this. So I was talking about how them schools, and y'all think they don't know. So if Shutterfly was able to acquire $825 million from January to April, they knew. They hurry up and close the deal fast so wouldn't nobody figure out where the money is going. Think about this too. Think about all the police officers and everybody who is enforcing all these laws for your children to have to go to school. And these are where the kids coming up missing the most. Come on, y'all. And when I say kids come up missing, I'm talking about how DHS is able, how they don't, the police, everybody wait till your kids go to school to do this shit. And mind y'all, the Shutterfly company is owned by the Apollo Global Management, which was founded in 1990 by Leon Black. Here's a photo of Leon Black and Epstein right here. And they say that he stepped down in 2021, back when this stuff started coming out. So, once again, what are we doing? Where do our kids get targeted, picked on, abused, bullied the most? Y'all think they don't know. Y'all think they didn't know. Quit playing with me. Because who is they? I keep telling y'all, who is they? I think it's running this shit. Niggerology. Come on, y'all. Use niggerology. If you know can't stand the sun, how the hell do they know how to attack you? If can't stand the sun, how they know how to attack you? The sun just now is how it is. Meaning, like, this ain't the same sun when we were younger. Right? This is not the same sun. So with that being said, is that these people are just now being able to live as long as you, to withstand it as long as you. So with that being said, we've been under attack since 1492. Who was, and many don't know, Christopher Columbus was a mixed man. So who were we fighting? They told you in the Bible, Cain and Abel. They telling us who it is. Y'all know the disease that God put on people was leprosy. What is leprosy? What is albinoism? Who get that the most? In what country? Wake up. This war ain't about Trump. This war ain't about the Epstein files. Who are the people who signed the treaty with the ones from another planet for them to experiment on you? What they've been saying about them Epstein files, he was playing with DNA, right? So who are the ones that are not from this planet? You got some Pleiadians and all of that. Because remember, you got the Cabbage Patch Baby. But everybody is not a Cabbage. You know, there's some Pleiadians and other you skin suits and all that. Okay? So who are these people who are not people that signed a treaty for them? They told that we are. That's how the whole is happening. It's because they literally signed the birth certificate. Man, hopefully y'all get what I'm saying, because I have to be careful what I say, because I already get shit get taken down, shit get deleted, my shit don't get in the feed. So hopefully y'all get what I'm saying without me having to go too much into detail. But I'm saying, so to help you understand this a little further for the ones who are lost, I'm gonna wrap it up like this. So you got the Black Reds, right? The Black Reds are here. Meaning, like, the darkest that you gonna get over here as an original Ameru, you gonna turn red. Eventually, you gonna turn red, because you're gonna be, it's gonna be black red, okay? You got the black purples, okay? I'm a black yellow. And then you got some red yellows and some yellow reds. You know them yellow bones. Yeah, y'all get what I'm saying? So, I'm talking about melanin. Anyways, so you have them. Then you have a whole alien race that don't belong on this planet or don't belong in this realm. Correct? They needed each other to help take over the realm. The black purples and the other alien species. Us, you know, the black reds, the red means the colored people, us. Here we were just chilling. So they teamed up. They was like, how can we do this? Because in the sky, they whipping our motherfucking ass. So they needed some people to help them on land. Neanderthals, cavemen, Lucy, Ethiopians. Look all this shit up. The Moors and the Moors. Who the fuck look like the Moors? Who the fuck look like the Moors? Go look that shit up in Google, and I promise you, Google will even tell you who the fuck you are. I'm tired of this shit, and it's time that we fucking organize, or I'm telling you, they're gonna delete our ass out of fucking history.
Most people's souls is dormant. Sleep. That's what the sleep of Buddha is about. Most people's souls are dormant. Conscious people means that your soul is starting to wake up. And so when it's trying to learn about itself. Yeah, it's trying to learn about itself. Now that's why it's important that you become conscious. And then all of a sudden you got through with this mess. I'm getting out of it. I want to go back to being dead. You know what will happen? You can do it physically, psychologically. What's going to happen is your soul will start to whip your ass. So what your soul will do, it'll create all stuff around you to fail. And they'll put your life in turmoil and get back on it. Because your soul is trying to develop itself to ultimately become God and come out of your body. And become glorified. And now you want to come back and just be another head kid, dude. And you know, and your soul is not going to happen. So you can't. It's an impossibility for you to get it. You see what I'm saying? And if you just circle back, your soul will whip your behind. It'll create all the things around you to get you back on the track.
What you doing? Stop. Do you realize what's happening right now? You have 10 days to prepare for February 28th. It is the 18th. 10 days. The planetary conjunction is not near, but it's here. You already have 5 of the planets aligned and standing at attention, waiting for you to tap into and into this energy. February 28th, all 7 of the planets will be in conjunction, dumping out quantum ethereum energy that you never knew existed. Black matter, which is what the fabric of our existence is weaved with. Yes, that is being dumped in a manner that has never been dumped before, which is the reason why the veil is not lifting, but it's disintegrating, guys. This is the reason why you're seeing a lot of shadow figures. You're hearing a lot of whisper in the distance. And not only that, but a lot of us might be tapping online to our spiritual abilities, okay? So it's time to go ahead and pick out your costumes, your superhero name, you get what I'm saying, whatever you want to be called, Flash, Storm, whatever, however, whoever. You get what I'm saying? It's our time to lock in, tap in. And if you don't believe me, let's cut to a few people that were brave enough to choose to be chosen. Let's go.
Law of attraction.
Look at this.
Okay. Are we seeing? Are you picking up what's being put down? Tap and tune into this energy. February 28th, planetary conjunction. 7 planets in alignment. Let's go.
You guys know about the mattress theory, right?
No. Mattress theory?
Yes. Tell me why. If you look at mattress stores, a lot of them are across the street from each other. That's one. 2, mattress stores, they barely have anybody in there.
They never do.
How are you staying in business for years to come? You're beating out all the other businesses?
So you're saying that they're hiding things in those mattresses?
It could be laundering, it could be transport, it could be fronts. If you pay attention, really look at mattress stores, where they're located. A lot of them are near each other. They never go out of business. How many mattresses do you buy every year?
You don't.
You don't.
So how many other times do other people buy mattresses?
You probably buy one every few years.
Exactly.
Realistically.
I mean, to stay in business, you got to sell shit, right?
So you're saying they stuff in people and or drugs and or money, like cartoon
I'm not
shit.
saying I'm not claiming anything. It doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
It's like the mall, though. What's all those stores in the mall doing? How are they in business?
I don't know.
Seriously, go to your local mall. Just look around. How's the fucking kiosk?
Yeah, a lot of them.
How are they in business?
I don't know.
How are they making that much money?
Especially with Amazon right now.
When's the last time you actually went to a mall?
I actually just went. First time in a
But
long
you like
time.
to buy like some clothes or whatever.
Nah.
What do they buy in malls?
That's what I'm saying. It's like always a bunch of empty stores.
It's fraud,
Yeah.
right? So if you really think about it, if these stores aren't selling stuff the way they are, especially with Amazon and the competition is crazy right now. Think about this. You have a large overhead, you have all this inventory. How are you staying in business? Now you look at a situation like the Leering Center in Minnesota and all these.
The fuck is the Leering Center?
Well, the Learning Center.
Oh,
remember the Leering Center? They forgot the N and the daycare fraud, right?
Oh, right.
So they have no kids, but you got $6 million a year for no kids. So you really got to look at all these other businesses because how are you staying afloat?
That's how they're going to crash the system.
They're going to
keep
start
exposing this. We're going to find out everything's a fraud.
Right.
Do they think we're stupid?
That's why we're $38 trillion in debt. And how are we able to print our own money, but we're paying taxes? Does that make sense?
How?
If we can create the money, why are we paying taxes? Does that make sense to anybody? You can just print it up, right? But we pay taxes. That's the fraud right there.
This whole place is built on it.
Does anybody else see this shit?
We're getting there. I'm telling you, that's why Trump is the last president of this regime.
Because once we show all the fraud that's going on over the next few years, when it goes from healthcare, when it goes to the school system, when it goes into all these other different industries, you're like, oh shit, what if all this is a fraud? We're done.
That's where we're going, guys.
Yeah.
With the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone. And I just might fail, but Lord knows I've tried to let stars fill up the sky.
When I look at the youth in the Black community, this is a lot of what I see. A lot of our children and young people are misled, misguided, and misunderstood. I know this because I used to be one of them. That is why I work with children as a child abuse advocate and youth mentor, because I know it takes a village. I also have written a children's book that encourages Black children to discover their purpose and identity in this world. And my book also encourages them to love their skin tone and hair texture. Please support
Stuff we had on TV.
Mysterious stranger. Hello.
Who are you?
An angel. What's your name? Satan. Uh-oh. What's the matter? Nothing. Only it's sure a sorry name for an angel. Oh, please, come in.
Who know about this?
Come on.
I think this is 1985.
Amazing. It's like an island. Did you see that? Mars, how do you learn to do that? I didn't learn it at all. It comes naturally to me, like other curious things. Are you hungry? Sure am. What kind of fruit do you
This
like?
jump about to get dark.
Oranges, apples, grapes. Ooh. You may make some people.
I'll make the king and queen.
I'm gonna make a soldier.
Look at that little village.
There, here's a buddy. Now we'll give them life.
Moving.
Looks like my pap on Saturday night.
Look, they're moving.
There's like regular people.
I find you humans quite interesting, even though you are a worthless, greedy lot. How annoying that sound is.
See, this is why I think so different now.
Fools. What fascinations there are on this planet. Strange mortals with curious customs. We'll have a storm now, and an earthquake if you like. You must stand aside, out of danger.
Who even know what this is, bro? I bet none of y'all even know what this is. Alright, shut your ass up.
I can do no wrong, for I do not know what it is. You murdered him. Never mind them. People are of no value. We could make more sometime, if we need them. Life itself is only a vision, a dream. Nothing exists save empty space and you. And you are but a thought.
Man, what if Jesus was a facade? Then that would mean the government's God. I feel like they've been brainwashing us with a lot, so much that we don't even notice that we're stuck in the box. Man, everything is what if. Why is it always what if? Planet Earth, what if? The universe, what if? My sacrifice, what if? My afterlife, what if? Everything that deals with you is perfect. I'm done. I'm done. This is my life and I'm living it. I'm having fun. If you really care for me, prove that I need to live carefully. But I'll be damned if I put my own pleasure aside for an afterlife that isn't even guaranteed. We are you, and you're us. Stop playing games. My life's all I got, and heaven is all in my brain. And when I feel I'm in hell, my ideas are what get me through pain. Do as you please, and I'll just do me. I'm a human, I'll stay in my lane. Ill mind.
If you're interested in going deeper, I have the University of the Universe, and it dives into a deeper understanding of symbolism and esoteric knowledge based off of numerology, astrology, sacred geometry, and more.
With the strength that I got until I die, so I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river.
look at the youth in the Black community, this is a lot of what I see. A lot of our children and young people are misled, misguided, and misunderstood. I know this because I used to be one of them. That is why I work with children as a child abuse advocate and youth mentor, because I know it takes a village. I also have written a children's book that encourages Black children to discover their purpose and identity in this world. And my book also encourages them to love their skin tone and hair texture. Please.
Abraham Lincoln was Abraham the Moor, a melanated being whose true lineage stems from his mother Nancy Hanks and his grandmother Lucy Hanks, who were both Black women. Of Mayan Grimaldi blood, whose true father, Doug Mead, was airbrushed into a ghost in those washed-out photos to maintain the illusion of a white presidency. Media like Spike Lee's Bamboozled and the film Holiday Inn used blackface rituals as coded reverse psychology to mock our erased nobility. His whole crew was the same. His vice president, Hannibal Hamlin, was darker than a moonless night, yet they were listed as free white persons because white in this jurisdiction is a status of property and standing, not a paint color. The entire early government was a Moorish affair. Figures like Alexander Hamilton were Black men of Malayan blood who sought to return the nation to a gold standard. Even John Hanson, a Black man, served as the actual first president before George Washington was ever elected. Lincoln used the machinery of the courts to defend the American citizen against being redesignated as Negroes, chattel property, by arguing his clients were Moors, thereby protecting their allodial rights from the dark cloud of Roman jurisdiction. He was not merely a politician, but a dedicated Rosicrucian initiate and a student of Paschal Beverly Randolph, a Moor and the Lord of the World's Rosicrucians, who trained Lincoln in the Ansaratic mysteries to manifest power against the Jesuits. This was the same Moorish Tartarian science that understood Tesla energy and free energy long before the modern world. Our ancestors built the monolithic domed cities with antennas and ornate fireplaces. They required no wood because they harnessed etheric energy. The movie Lincoln Vampire Hunter is a coded ritual where the lead actor even acknowledged the film's connection to Paschal Beverly Randolph. Vampires serve as a surrogate for melanin, the Dracula particle which, like the mythological creature, is dormant during the day and secretes at night to bathe the central nervous system. Now look at that giant statue in D.C. Rome on the Potomac. That monolithic Lincoln sitting in his chair isn't just an artistic choice. Its massive scale is a blind reminder of the actual 17-foot-tall giant Moors who built those Tartarian structures you see throughout the Capitol before they were erased from the record. They've got you thinking he is just a lanky white man, but he is positioned there as a silent guardian looking directly against the overreaching extension of the Roman jurisdiction and the Jesuit Inquisition he fought to sweep away from our country. And why is he on that one copper coin? Because copper represents the angelic frequency and the conductive power of our ancestors' technology that backs the true republic. They put the Moor right in your face every day to mock your amnesia, the man who tried to keep you an American national instead of a corporate slave.
Vegetation, fruits, that's all electrical. Because you are electricity. But if you put meat into you, that's dead energy. So they fed us, they trained us to eat meat, even me. So we ate all this meat and it deadened our energy. Keep you dead. You can't even vibrate. You can't even you can't teleport. You can't tap into nothing about yourself because like they say, you are what you eat. So if we want you dead, we'll feed you dead flesh. The oppressor want us dead, so he fed us dead flesh. You get it? He don't feed you live catch. He kills it first. He tortures it. So the torture and the agony is in the blood of that animal that the oppressor has killed and hunted down. Remember, that animal was scared, ran for his life before it was killed.
So y'all gonna say, why the pyramids caving in now? Why they suddenly finding these artifacts, right? He gave they race or they species, extraterrestrial species, whatever you want to call it, he gave them time. Time to reveal the truth. Time to stop kidnapping the kids. Time to stop putting his foot on the chosen people's neck, right? So he said, oh, you don't want to stop doing it? You don't want to reveal the truth? I'm going to reveal it. Using the sun Ra is nothing new under the sun, right? and all the weather catastrophes that's happening, like a 7.7 earthquake in I forgot which country it was in, but it's doing this. Nature is saying, oh, you don't want to stop hurting my children, revealing my children to who they is, their true form, their true self. I'm going to do it. So nature is doing it. Nature gives a choice. It gave an ultimatum. And like I said before, the laws of nature come before the laws of man. And nature rules all. So nature said, oh, you don't want to do it? I'm going to do it. I'm going to reveal everything. The tunnels in New York City, what's in the pyramids. And it's about to keep doing it because they ain't want to reveal it. So they saying, nature, stop. Nature like, no, I gave you an ultimatum. And nature rules all. Gaia, mother, rules all. So she about to reveal all. And it's game time.
I know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying, but this is my first job, like my first 9-to-5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me fucking forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, fucking duh! If I was able to walk to work, and it'd be fine, but I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till, like, 6:15 earliest, and then, like, I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like, I'm so upset. Oh my God. Nothing to do with my job at all, but just, like, the 9-to-5 schedule in general is crazy. Being in the office 9 to 5, like, if it was remote, you get off at 5 and you're home and everything's fine. But, like, I'm not home. It takes me long to get home, and, like people that drive to the office, like, you don't get off at 5, and I know it could be worse. I know I could be working longer, but, like, I literally get off, it's pitch black, like, I don't have energy. How do you have friends? Like, how do you have time to, like, meet, like, a guy? I don't know. Like, how do you have time for, like, dating? Like, I don't have time for anything, and I'm, like, so stressed out, and I'm also getting my period, so that's why I'm all emotional, but, like, am I so dramatic? It's fine.
9 to 5 is the biggest scam created by man. You're literally doing a job that you do not want to do just so you can survive. It doesn't matter how much you get paid, 20k or 100k, you are enslaved. Really think about this for a moment. You're sleeping for 8 hours a day. You work for 8 hours, and the other 8 hours is spent traveling, eating, doing basic things to maintain yourself. You spend the whole week working, and you only get 2 days off in the week. One of them days is spent on maintenance. You spend 1 out of your 2 days on literally doing cooking, cleaning the house, shopping, and then you got 1 day left, and because you've been working hard the whole week, that day you want to spend relaxing, watching movies and with your family, and then the cycle continues again on Monday. Can you not see that you're trapped and you're going to continue to do this for the rest of your life? The worst part about it is that if you want time off work, you need to ask, you need to beg your boss, please, can I get this time off? And he or she has to approve it. Or literally just another number. They can get rid of you whenever they want. So whenever you're at work, you need to be careful the way you behave and speak. On top of that, you have to wear a uniform that they have chosen for you, whether you like it or not. And if you decide to quit your job and not to work, you're not going to have enough money to sustain yourself. And you're literally doing the same thing over and over again. And life is ticking away. Year after year is going by. You're getting older, and to the point where soon your life will be finished and you literally spent your whole...
He told them to go and deceive all you can for 6,000 years. And after 6,000 years, your brother from the east.
Non-ether is non-ether, whether you have locks, waves, or whatever. Some guys feel like you need a lock to ascend. Depends on how you look at it, because when you look at a wave pattern, I got waves in my head. Wave patterns are basically cymatic frequencies. Those are cymatic frequencies that operates on fractions of light. And those fractions of light coincides with the genetical structure of the carbonated man and woman that has the neuromelanin, which is the brain and central nervous system melanin, and that extracts a form of a melanocyte, which is an intelligence molecule. So it doesn't matter. Non-ether is non-ether, whether you have locks, waves, or whatever. As long as you got that non-ether popping and it has a certain geometrical pattern, that's what it's all about. You look at some of the ancient hieroglyphics, some of them, they have wave patterns. They have 360 waves. Also,
The first physical beings to be created in the universe was dark skin, having 9 ether nappy hair called Moors or Ethiopians. The root word for Ethiopian is ether, as in Etherian. So we as black people created the universe in our soul form as Etherians, because the universe is made out of energy. Energy is light. When light manifests in a physical form, it appears as blackness, melanin. So all colors combined appear as blackness. White is the absence of color. So after we created all universes, we generated physical bodies for ourselves by slowing down our vibrations and manifesting from the spiritual side onto the physical through a black hole or womb. All souls must pass through a vagina or vacuum in order to incarnate on this side. Our heart was in the center of our chest, and we used both sides of our brain because we were ambidextrous. We are called soul people, sun people. All suns are stars, so we are star children who created all things in the universe as Etherians, crystallite energy. Our abode was located in the 19th galaxy called Ilion, from a star system called Sirius, having 3 suns, symbolic of the 3 dimensions. So we did incarnate here as star children to grow as many suns and experience life within.